Alright, the other one we didn't cover in the last video was how to do slant asymptotes. And we're going to look at the exponents. So we have a slant asymptote if the top is 1 larger than the bottom. And then you can use long division, or you can use synthetic division if it's a linear in the denominator. So for this example here, the x plus 1 is linear, so we could use synthetic division, but we'll just use regular long division. So the divisor is x plus 1, and the dividend is the x squared plus 5x plus 6. And we'll go ahead and do normal long division. X times x will give us the x squared, and then we'll multiply the 1 times the x, and that'll give us a 1x. We'll go ahead and subtract, and we get 4x and bring down the 6. X times 4 will give us the 4x. So x times 4 is 4x. 1 times 4 is 4. And then we'll go ahead and subtract, and we get a remainder of 2, and we don't really care a whole lot about the remainder. It's the quotient, the x plus 4, that's going to be our slant. Our slant is going to be y equals x plus 4. So if we were to graph that, that has a y-intercept of 4 and a slope of 1. So this is just a line with a slope 1 and a y-intercept of 4. Let's do one more example. We have some g of x function, x cubed plus 1 divided by x squared minus 5x minus 14. Our divisor is the bottom, and the top, we got to be careful. So when we're doing long division, the dividend has to be in descending order, and you need a representative of each power of x. So we have an x cubed, we'll need an x squared, we'll need an x, and we'll need the constant. We don't have an x squared and an x, so we're going to add them in as 0x squared and 0x. That's not going to change anything. And we perform long division like we normally would. X squared times x gives me x cubed. Minus 5x times x gives me minus 5x squared. And minus 14 times x gives me minus 14x. And we'll go ahead and subtract those. X cubed minus x cubes, no x cubes. 0 minus negative 5 will be positive 5 with an x squared. 0 minus negative 14 will be positive 14x, and then we'll bring down the 1. Okay. X squared times 5 will give me 5x squared, so we're going to put plus 5. So x squared times 5 gives me 5x squared. Negative 5x times 5 gives me negative 25x. And negative 14 times 5 gives me negative 70. 5 minus 5 is 0. 14 minus negative 25, that negative 25 comes in, becomes a positive when we subtract a negative. It's going to be 39x. And then 1 minus negative 70 will become 1 plus 70, which will be 71. That's a remainder. We don't care a whole lot about that when we're talking about slant asymptotes. So our slant asymptote is going to be the quotient, y equals x plus 5. So this has a slope of 1 and a y-intercept of 5.